We are getting a massive update on the 9th with a lot of changes we had no idea were coming. Let's get into it. We've got new content for guilds, so make sure to coordinate with your guild to make sure you can take part in the guild raid. I'll be making some videos in the near future talking about the new raid mechanics. The next major content is the Galagos runes. This is going to be some really fun solo content that will require you to build a lot of monsters, and really think about a strategy instead of just nuking your way through every single stage. You will be making your way through the dungeon through many floors and levels. I will be making some videos in the future here on how to clear the runes, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. There are some great rewards at the end, most importantly, the refined stones, which allows us to essentially reappraise our summoner gear. So for instance, you crafted this beautiful dark weapon all the way up to 6-star second awaken, but the substats are dog water. You can now take that single weapon and continue to reappraise it until you get some decent substats. Let's say you get some really good substats, but they're not quite perfect. I definitely don't want to get rid of all those good stats, but I do want to get one that's better. I would first craft another dark weapon, get it all the way to 6-star to awaken, and start re-rolling that new one, until I eventually get that god roll of substats and I can replace my original dark weapon. This is a long-term investment, of course, and I would first use your refined stones until you have all 5 weapons to 6-star, second awaken, and with some decent rolls before trying to go for any of those god rolls. This new system will be the single biggest combat power increase for late game players. We are now getting an appearance shop that will further allow us to customize the look and feel of our summoners. Along with the guild raids, we are now getting a new free light dark monster, Celia. She looks to be like another great support monster, and I'm really excited for my LD only series. Make sure to check that out here. We got a couple new transmogs to celebrate Valentine's Day. Alright, so here's the meat of the patch. Not just the next content, but the massive balance changes and the absolute nuke of a nerf to the revive meta. Let's start with the key changes. Skill 2 on her water weapon no longer does attack speed up and now provides a shield. This is definitely a nerf, as this is primarily what the water weapon was used for. The dark weapon skill 3, the reviving one, got a big buff with more healing after the monster is revived. 2 of her passives also got buffed, setting her on par with the mana regen of all the Orbias. Kina overall got nerfed hard by the shadow nerf earlier on to the healing in Arena, so hopefully this will counteract some of that. Revives are officially dead. Every monster that revives another monster has been nerfed into the ground. I won't say all of them, but let's say, for instance, our girl Vanessa will now revive a monster with only 19% HP instead of the previous 55%. We got lots of other buffs and nerfs. I'm not going to go through all of them, but here we go. All of the following monsters have gotten buffs: Kumar, Raitesh, Shazam, Katarina, Iris, Veramos, Sir Actaeon, Rakan, Tetra, Liziel, Cadiz, Ariel, Rika, Lucian, and Kukri. The next 2 monsters really just got changed, and I can't decide whether it's a buff or nerf. Let me know down in the comments. We've got Lagwil and Jamadar. If you didn't know, all of the ravens are actually named after different types of knives. No monsters got particularly nerfed, except for, of course, all of the revived monsters got a huge nerf. Ruptures are now every other day. Monday is Sunken Runes, Distorted Sky is Tuesdays, and so on. We do get more rewards per run though, so I like this. Less work overall every day. The sealed dungeon now has its own coins and shop. Thank goodness, because the drops were so bad in the sealed dungeon. They did make support runs kind of worth it now, giving us the opportunity at equipment and crafting materials to drop on top of the original coins. I was so done with doing support runs because it took so much time for so little rewards. Before, it took 20, 28, 54, and 65 days respectively for each of the raids to gather enough coins for the support runs to equal 1 equipment purchase. I like this change because I should be decently rewarded for running a raid each and every single day. The coins should have just been extra. In both the challenge and brawl arena, they now have officially told us about the previous shadow nerf to healing, but now it's made slightly better by not coupling with the damage increase every 20 seconds. So now the only changes in a long battle will be decreasing the healing over time. On top of revivals getting nerfed, there is now a cooldown, so you can't just spam revive a monster. Yep, revival is officially garbage now. It will now be faster to climb the Tower of Ascension, so make sure to watch out if you're using the auto function. Make sure to stop every 10 floors to claim that special room. Also remember that the Spires of Ascension and the Element Towers also count towards that special room. They are finally bringing back parties into Battlefield, thank goodness. One of the only things that was actually making Battlefield worth it. You can now transcend your other summoners for free. You will get back the materials you might have spent on your other summoners. What do we do with all these extra transcendence pieces? Well, I would imagine in the near future that they will increase the summoner level cap to go beyond level 70. There is a good amount of much needed quality of life changes, which is always welcome. There are a massive amount of bug fixes. Most are great, but the really exciting ones are the fixes inside of the hero area. Fixing the follow button in hero area, fixing it to where we can actually use teleporters and the ropes inside of hero area, and fixing the issue where the Soul Link monster was not using their skills when following the party leader. Trying to farm mini-bosses in the past was such a pain, so hopefully now with these bug fixes it will be a lot smoother. There are a couple new events, of course, the Chocolate Collection event for rewards much like previous events. Make sure to do your stuff in the game and you'll get stuff. I wouldn't drop any of your saved tickets on this one though. Typically the week after one of these events you will also have a monster event, so I would save your tickets until next week and we'll see what kind of events come around. We got 2 new achievement events based on the Guild Raid and Galagos runes. The Guild one looks awful, but the Galagos one though, nice. Man, this was a huge patch. Thank you for watching. If you like hearing from me from time to time, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty of other videos that you can check out here. And as always, I'm TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming.